You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Miriam and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Eastbound and Down After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Eastbound and Down After Show.
I must increase my... All right, with 27 million weekly downloads. Listen to it in 75 different countries. We are your one-stop, one destination for pure after-show entertainment. This is Eastbound and Down, the AFTERBUZZ. I'm JC, and joined always by the lovely lady to my right,
Miriam Gonzalez.
And across the table,
Kellie.
She's busy texting.
I'm trying to tweet.
I'm Christian Rosenberg.
Yes, give it up, Rosebud Nation.
Rosebud, join the garden.
And you're
Follow me on Twitter and become a Rosebud.
Guns and Roses tonight.
Guns and Roses tonight, yes.
Hopefully we'll have enough
Bang,
time
bang,
to talk
baby.
about trimming the garden. That'll be in our manscaping portion of the show.
Yes.
And of course, no show would be complete without the man running the ones and twos, Mr. Stephen Lemieux. What's up, Steve?
Super excited, guys.
I can tell by the tone of your voice.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. This is going to be a great show.
Yeah!
Woo! Absolutely. You know why, Stephen? Because nothing says Christmas like cocaine. Yes, and also Kenny Powers as MJ, and we're going to talk about fixins and a whole bunch of other stuff, but
How about we first talk about JC putting his mic in front of him so we can hear him?
Yeah, like
wrong with my mic?
you're all funkadelic.
Yeah, tighten that, JC.
Sorry.
Get it right, get
there
it
we go.
tight.
Get it right, get it tight, JC. Come on.
Get it right.
All right,
get
now
it
we've...
tight.
It's an innuendo-filled episode, so
It is.
Why not?
let us phallically move forward.
It is. I was loving, first of all, KP is back to his good old-fashioned self. Opens with him banging a chick against the window in the hotel.
Like 50 feet, 50 floors, 50 stories. That's a word I'm looking
It
for.
was kind of hot. I have to say, it was kind of a hot open. Doing lines of blow.
In the shape of a Christmas tree. I liked it.
So he was in the giving
holiday
spirit. Yeah.
Getting in the holiday spirit. It's like a cocaine Christmas tree. Get the day started.
And of course, we see a little snippet of Guy leaving, just his life is destroyed. And as Kenny would say, and I'm only saying this in the context of Kenny, April is losing at life right now.
Yep.
So it's an ominous beginning. I'm making it very serious. I'm sorry, but...
Don't be serious. This is Kenny fucking Powers.
Okay, all right, Miriam. Yes, you're going to be the arm...
Damn.
Wait, no. Last week we got deep and it was unnecessary.
What do you mean?
Let's stick to business.
You know what?
Wow.
I actually got a tweet by Guy Dorsey, who plays Dontel, and he loved the show.
I'm not saying there's nothing to love, but the's no reason to be serious. It's Kenny fucking
Well, this
Powers.
was kind of this was a little heartfelt. We actually learned a Christmas lesson in this episode.
There
But
was.
I got a little teary-eyed.
I did too. Okay, I did say
teary-eyed.
at some point,
You know?
is this the episode that's gonna make me cry?
You know, Merry fucking Christmas, okay? I got a little teary-eyed. We're gonna have to get a little serious.
JC, you and I will be respectful and not use harsh language.
Well,
The ladies are in the house tonight, by the way.
I couldn't tell. Could not tell at all.
Again, it's Kenny fucking Powers. Calm down.
Oh my God. Okay, fine. Okay. So should we just dive in and talk about, excuse me, Stevie and his Jay Leno chin?
Yes.
Oh, he's got Paul Walker eyes and a Jay Leno chin.
Come on. And I mean, seriously, and I thought either Stevie was going to die or he's going to kill Kenny. That's what I thought.
I thought he was gonna die.
With
Did
his
you-
chin?
We'll get into that, Miriam.
Why are you fast forwarding to the end?
No, that's what I thought initially, right? From the beginning of the episode, I felt like something was going to happen to Stevie because you felt it coming on the episode before.
You felt the animosity. You
feel it
felt
simmering.
him reaching a breaking point.
Yeah, Miriam, that's it. We'll get into it. We'll get into the minutia of the episode.
Well, what I thought was going to happen is, especially with the talk of Kenny's screenplay, I thought Guy, since he has a copy of it, was going to come back.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was ready
waiting
for it. I was
that to
ready
come back
for
in
it.
this episode. I wonder if it will in the last one. And
We only have one left.
yeah.
No, I don't know what's going to happen. Where
But
is
I was
it
surprised there was no mention of that, like, whatsoever, especially the way Kenny took him down.
Now, this is why when you said, "Is this what did you say at the very end? Is this a series finale?"
Right. series finale because it said series finale.
I don't know.
But it said series.
It says.
We'll save it for predictions. Come on, Miriam.
I know.
All right. So
The screenplay. The fact that they're fighting now.
We're at the end of our show, so it's time for the predictions.
No, the fact that they're bringing up. You can stop. We're not done yet.
We're like, no, seriously, we have a show to discuss.
Now.
The fact that they're that this is now surfaced that he won't let Stevie read his screenplay, and I mean, why would he not do that?
it's Kenny Powers. Come on.
Well, I feel like he thinks that Stevie's beneath him, and he only wants the top people to read. You know how his mind works. Like, Stevie's always been a minion to him, never on the same level. So he only wants someone at his level or higher to read it that has real opinions in his mind.
Right.
What
could Stevie do for his screenplay?
Nothing.
Exactly.
But
he's the closest person to him.
I'm going to defend you on this one but in turn, it's the facade of Kenny Powers. Because right now, yes, he is a minion for the outward face of Kenny Powers, but deep down inside, he loves him. Stevie is his life.
Right, but in the context of the screenplay, there's nothing Stevie can do for him in that respect. He can't make it happen. He can't bring it to fruition. He can't do anything.
He doesn't have the connections for the right people.
So why would he need to be one of the first ones to read it? Like, he can read it with everyone else. Like, he doesn't have that kind of...
I had to giggle when you said outward face because all I kept thinking was his outward chin.
Super chin.
You're like, outward face. I'm like, outward chin.
I wonder if that's good for career. I don't know if we could get like chin implants. Do you think it would help us out? Maybe?
It reminds me of like the Green Witch from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh my God. Let's get into the demise of Kenny Powers because he thought he was God.
Oh,
right.
First of all,
the
Christmas special, Women as Reindeer, which obviously we just saw.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice.
And the fact that first of all, Stevie acting as producer.
That was awesome.
Everyone,
bossing everyone around.
He's got the megaphone.
What did he call him? The boss or whatever has something to say. And then
your new
now,
leader.
Lord forgive me, but Kenny Powers, did you really, really say the HNIC?
I know.
And, God bless you, those who don't know what that means.
I didn't.
A couple of us in the room.
When we watched it, I said, what does that stand for? And then I felt like an idiot afterwards.
No. Because people do not know what that means, and
we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it that way.
Yes,
I can put it on the screen if you want.
Google it.
No, it's okay,
Google
Steven.
it if you want. If you want to know what it means.
If you want to know what it means. But I was like, he did not just say that.
And I usually will ask the fans, thank you for watching us. If you're watching us live on AfterBuzzTV.com, hello. But if you're not, make sure to send us your comments, your questions, and some of the answers that we have questions for, but not this one. So
leave this one off the chat.
Yes. Let us know on iTunes and YouTube as well. So please let us know what you think. And of course, come back next week. We may have a special surprise for you. Ooh. So with that said, let's talk about, he also said, I defeated Guy Young. He is in this Kenny Powers egomaniacal mode that this is him at 100.
And he was
100.
And he was also saying that because of Guy Young, the ratings are in the tank.
Right.
When, obviously the Guy Young debacle plus Kenny clearly doing all this crazy stuff all taken over, nobody's watching the show anymore.
Yeah. He's, you know what? That's consistent with his character.
And the guys quit.
Mm-hmm.
There's
and then later on, the other co-host quit. Yeah.
No, but remember, Kelly, you've brought this up both seasons. He is a god in his own mind.
Yes.
So,
and he doesn't know how to he doesn't know how to be a team. He doesn't know how to do that. And I thought, and we talked about this in the very beginning, like we wondered how he was going to handle all of that. Yeah. And it was looking promising that he was going to be able to fit in as part of the ensemble for them because of what had happened the last 5 years. Nope. He got a little taste of it, and it was exactly what April was afraid of. The monster came back out. And he really is a jerk. Like, really.
How many times can we go to this plot line, though?
I know.
I really hoped at some point that he would be able to find the freaking balance, and Kenny is just, he's out of control.
Well, there's one more episode where he possibly can.
Maybe he's going to redeem himself in the end. But I mean, seriously, rolling up into his legal, like the mediation,
divorce proceedings,
like Michael Jackson.
Oh my God, that was so amazing. He was brought in a wheelchair with the hat, the scarf, the face mask, whatever you call that thing.
I've been wanting to wear one myself.
I want to.
What?
With like 8 lawyers
Yeah, he was MJ. He's the king of something, he thinks. So, and then he has the kids with the veils. I mean, to keep them away from the paparazzi because he's a star. And he's always been so outrageous in that sense that he always thinks he's way bigger than he is. He's not a local, is that a national show?
I don't know.
Yes,
go.
boy in a Marvel shirt.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why doesn't he just apologize?
Oh, that's
Because
just
he's
too much.
Kenny Powers.
No, the reason, he's doing all this stuff. Thank you, Steven.
Like, what was that?
He's going through all of this effort to destroy, to crush April, when deep down inside, he knows he's wrong, and he just needs to say, I am sorry, let us work on this together, and it would save our marriage.
I don't think he thinks he's wrong.
He might, at least at this point in the episode, not think that he's wrong, and he's trying to tell April.
He knows he's wrong.
Tell April, he's trying to make April apologize and bring him back, and all this will go away.
Well, and that's
we won't
the
have
thing.
a problem.
He even says, like, the thing that can make this go away is if you let me move back in the house. And she's like, no, I am done.
Because he still doesn't get it. And I don't think, even when, fast forward to him at his brother's house, that was the first time the conversation that he had with his brother, even as demeaning as that was, he was starting to get it. That he thinks that people expect him to expect so much of him, and it's all these expectations he puts upon himself, flashing the money, buying everybody gifts. He feels like he has to do that in order to earn people's love. He doesn't get it.
Money don't buy you love, honey.
And what's so strange to me is that for the last 5 years, he had the love of his family. He had this normal life. Get, a little bit of the limelight, and all of a sudden he forgets that. And then it got crazy. And that's, with all the money, all the gifts, and just the conversation with his brother that they love you for being nothing.
And that's the thing. April even called him out. She was like, she says to him at some point during the show, she goes, you weren't happy when you were here.
Yeah,
why would you want to come back? Why would you want to come back? You weren't happy when you were here.
Yeah.
So he's not happy when he's with April and the kids. He's not happy now that he's a celebrity or Kenny Powers. So where is the solution? Where does he find happiness?
When he calms the freak down.
Yeah. When he really, really takes a look around and learns how to balance both of that. He needs the extra attention.
We said that last season,
right?
though.
And maybe next episode he'll finally get it, or otherwise it's just gonna be the same.
But can you teach an old dog new tricks?
Nope.
But it's not even really a new trick.
Nope.
It's just a different. It's a realization.
It's
just
new to him.
Seeing it in a different way. It's not necessarily changing too much. It's just understanding what it is that you have and what it is that you want. I don't think he knows what he wants. That's the thing. He always has thought it has to be one or the other. Hence the reason why he faked his death last season. He doesn't know how to have both of it, and he won't even try.
Will he find a solution, Christian?
I don't know. We have one episode to find out.
I don't know, man.
He hasn't yet.
But let's talk. There's so much.
We're in chapter 29? Is it today?
So now we're at the skating rink, and he's talking about how he's going to have Christmas with the kids to Stevie, and Stevie starts calling April a bitch, and he's like, listen, don't call my wife a bitch. I'm still married to her. And he's like, I'm going to one-up April, and I'm going to get the kids every gift that April has bought them. So that way she has to go back and return all the gifts that she's bought. And that's just going to be that. And that's, of course, when we find out Stevie once again is asking for the screenplay.
Was that the Christmas bonus moment?
Yes. The Christmas bonus moment.
Well, because Stevie, come on. Stevie spent $50,000 on the chin.
On the chin, he's got the eyes, Maria's
and Maria's breasts, yeah.
I know. Well, the Maria stuff I understand. Now with the chin, like seriously, 50 G's. Come on.
That's an expensive chin.
Come on.
That's he got robbed by a plastic surgeon. That's all I'm saying.
I thought it looked stunning.
No, but here's the thing.
When you're looking at him full on, it wasn't so bad. It's that profile that I was thinking Wizard of Oz all the way.
I want to be devil's advocate here because why did Kenny have to give him money? He spent 50 G's. It's his fault.
Well, that's what Kenny tells him as much, too. It's not my fault that you didn't know how to manage your money.
Yeah.
It's not like you don't get paid well. What are you doing? How are you broke?
Well, he was able to afford a $50,000 chin job.
Yeah.
So come on, Kenny's not that bad. I'm starting to like this Kenny Powers guy.
He's okay.
Starting.
He's okay. I think he has some potential.
I love him.
I know you. We know you.
And she did the heart thing.
I do.
So Miriam, KP is your boy. So tell us about the Christmas special.
Oh, the Christmas special. What a freaking meltdown that was.
Can I say, right before they went into the special, I thought, you know, when he was dozing off, he was having his whiskey. What was he? I don't know. He was drinking Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of like passed out. I thought it was gonna go when he had that meltdown on the show. I thought that was him in a dream sequence of It's a Wonderful Life. Like, this is how your life is going to turn. That's what I literally thought. You know, when he blacked out, I was like, oh, and then now we're gonna see what really happened. But of course, I was wrong.
Yeah, no.
I mean, maybe it still could be, because after all of that, how does he still have a show? Like, how did he not get fired?
Well, we don't know that.
So, because we see from the preview, you know, there's the KP hour.
Yeah.
So they're not that mad at him.
Just because there's a billboard doesn't mean that the show's not gone.
That would be
but
such
it's
a cop
brand
out.
new. But that show where he had the meltdown was still called Sports Sesh. This is a different show, so they're obviously not that mad at him. So we don't. I mean, I wonder if it really did happen.
What? Everyone loves a good meltdown. Reality TV at its best is filled with meltdowns.
Could be, but also you got to think advertisers and and all of that. And this is like a real network show, and it's where it's filmed, like all of that. So I'm just wondering if it really happened like that, and there's no repercussions to him. That just doesn't seem.
The only possible way that could hurt him is if he were. The only things that he bashed during that time was Christmas, spouses, kids.
Santa's a dick.
Santa's a dick licker.
Presents.
But that's
Presents.
And that's the.
Did he say Jesus in there too?
And that's his audience. He bashed the audience that watches that show.
What network is?
But he didn't bash.
I know.
He didn't bash
ESPN.
sponsors. He didn't bash the network.
But what
He
sponsors
didn't
are
bash-
going to want to be on a show that nobody's going to watch after he just basically told them all they suck for believing in Christmas?
So is it a dream?
People
I just wonder.
love a good train wreck.
And maybe atheists have a lot of money, and now we're going to pitch it into that.
I don't know.
First of all, I'm sorry. Christmas is just a freaking.
Oh no, we're not going to get
holiday.
Go for it. Do it.
No, Christmas is a freaking Hallmark holiday. It's for kids. I'm having my Kenny Powers meltdown, okay? It's a Hallmark holiday.
The views and opinions expressed on the show.
It's a Hallmark holiday. And so if Kenny Powers is having a meltdown and his sponsors are like, whatever, dude, so he has a meltdown. I mean, have you ever seen Scrooged? The movie Scrooge? It's the same kind of thing. It's like, it's not a big deal that he freaked out. It's not a big deal. So what? I mean, first of all, if there's a couple sitting at home watching Sports Sesh or, the Powers Hour, and they're watching...
There's no way they aired that. So they lost the show.
That's another thing I thought too.
Or maybe they wouldn't even bother airing it.
Yeah, because it's pre-recorded. There's no way they aired that.
Even if they did, if you have Jane Doe and John Doe sitting at home with bratty kids in the background screaming, I want Toys R Us for Christmas.
You want a
whatever. Store? The crap from Toys R Us.
Wait, so you're calling him a male Chelsea Handler? Or
So my point is this: you have these people watching it, and they see him melting down, pretty much calling it what it is. I could relate to that. I'd be like, you know what? I can't stand her. I can't stand him. I don't want to buy these little bratty kids gifts. He's relatable at that point to someone out there.
to the lonely single guys with a beer and a remote.
And who is watching sports channels? Not women. Men.
Me.
Thank
the
you.
lonely single guy with the beer and the remote.
And so would you change the channel, or would you actually say, you know what,
That's a good point. I would actually really enjoy that show.
Thank you.
I would really enjoy that show.
Thank you. Moving forward.
AfterBuzz TV Nation, will you please send Miriam Gonzalez some presents and gifts and have her regain the Christmas spirit?
Yes, it's a little bit, I have to say, it's a little bit more than a Hallmark holiday.
A humbug. It's for Jesus.
Well, and it makes sense.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding.
We're moving on now.
JC, you were saying.
Moving on now. No. It illustrates the point that tonight's episode was the Grinch who stole Christmas. It was the Grinch.
Kenny was the Grinch.
Completely. And at the end, well, we'll get there. I'm trying to think, since we've bounced everywhere today. Let's talk about Stevie and Kenny.
Oh, the taters and tits.
The breakdown of taters and tits.
Yes. So, Miriam, you are the best recapper in the world, and you are. So,
are you sure you want that after my meltdown?
Absolutely, because we're watching 75 different countries.
As you said, like 5 minutes prior.
Oh my goodness! No, but they face off.
So what broke?
And Stevie stood up.
Yes, he did. I was very.
Love it.
I
Blue
liked
eyes,
it.
chin out in his face.
Not the first time he's done that, though. That's what I'm saying. We're getting rehashes. He did that in season, was it 3?
Not like that.
Not this emotional.
And in public, in front of Maria, to the point where she was proud. You could see it in her face.
Okay.
She was like, "That's my man."
I mean, he actually told Kenny to suck it. He's never done that.
And he did the motion.
Yeah.
In your face. People were like, "Oh, there are children around."
I think it was.
There are children around. They don't care about the taters and tits.
Yeah, I know,
But
right?
you said a swear word.
All right, so I want to move on to the hotel then.
Let's move on to the hotel.
We talked about him possibly. You guys thought he was going to die. I thought he was going to die or kill Kenny, but he shoots off his chin.
Well, he's ready to kill himself.
I'm sorry, yes. I'm sorry, he's ready to kill off
Stevie's
himself.
ready to kill himself. Kenny and Maria calm him down.
Well, prior to that, it's the fact that, like, you know, Kenny is sitting at the hotel room and he has now realized that he has lost everything.
And he's looking at the present from April.
He finally opens up the present from April from Marshalls, which love me some Marshalls. TJ Maxx, Ross, love you. Go, you know, shop at designer prices for cheap.
Okay, so found the
But she
prize.
finds this ornament of a baseball player. And he finally opens it, and he's staring at it, and, you know, he's drinking by himself, and he's feeling really lonely, and he hears a very, like, crazy knock at the door, and it's Maria, and she's frantic. She's worried. Stevie's missing. He's like, I don't care. He quit. He's done. And it's to the point where, you know, Maria's like, no, seriously, like, I am freaking scared. And he's like, all right, let me get my boots on. Now, first of all, Kenny Powers, you've been drinking all day. Why are you driving that Viper?
Because he's Kenny Powers and he can do
fear
it.
sobered him up.
It's Christmas. Don't be drinking and driving.
I love him in his black and white fringe Santa outfit, actually.
This is my PSA. Christmas time, don't drink and drive. Call an Uber or a Lyft or a cab.
So they go, and they're smart. They check where he used his credit card.
Yes.
They find him at this motel. And, you know, Kenny kicks in the door.
I thought he was going to be banging a chick.
I thought he was.
I didn't think that.
I thought he was going to be performing fellatio on another man like Robert Downey Jr.
Lord.
did in Less Than Zero.
To make some extra money?
It was-
to buy the kids presents?
That's why.
It was actually close to what I was thinking. I didn't think he'd have a gun, but I thought he'd be setting up a noose.
Wow.
Hanging himself.
I thought he'd be hanging himself. Wow. But then he comes out with the gun, and Maria tells him, you know, the sex is still satisfying even if you don't have the fancy pants on or whatever.
Yeah.
And they finally calm him down, and as he's calm and he's
like,
I love you too, and he's putting the gun down, and the gun somehow goes off and shoots his chin
You
off.
see the chin fly against the wall.
Perfectly takes off the new chin.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I guess, and that's another thing where I don't know the correct term. It just mirrored what happens later. The theme of the episode. I love you for you, Stevie, not because of the presents. I love you for you. You know, Dustin loves Kenny for Kenny. It was the whole theme. They sneak it underneath us between the dick and fart jokes.
Yep.
Damn it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even when Kenny had his kids there for Christmas with the dancing elf, and like, you know, he got all the toys on their list, but they were still sad because there was no Dakota, and they missed Dakota.
Well, see, I think Dakota to them was Kenny.
Which it all made sense.
Because he says, did he leave because he hated us? Toby asks him while he's playing with his new Rolex watch.
$4,000 Rolex.
$6,000.
Excuse me.
Rose
Rolex.
golds and
Yes.
a tiara from Tiffany's.
The tiara from Tiffany's, but all they want is Dakota, and I think like that's a representation of like their dad.
Well, it's also the fact that, like, little kids or anyone in general, I mean, when you get an animal and you have a doggy, like,
Oh, yeah.
how much do you
How much can they really
love?
play with him? He's like a rabid wolf.
He is.
They stand at a safe distance from him at all times.
It's the fact that it's their dog.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, and the fact that also a few episodes back, Toby and Dakota did bond, stakes in hand. You know, like, that's, they're
Well,
like,
and remember, Kenny told him it symbolizes being the man of the house.
Kelly, I'm mind blown by you. I am mind blown.
Why?
Isn't she amazing?
You know, because she's right. I didn't even think that Kenny is Dakota.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I'm about as sharp as a spoon. I'm sorry.
And I think he got it when he was talking to them.
Oh, honey.
Because when Shayna and Toby were asking him why did Dakota leave, Kenny got it. And he's like, he loves you. He doesn't hate you. He didn't leave. Maybe he just wanted a little bit of fame. Maybe he just had to go do something else.
Because you said it after the fact, he's a savage beast, which is what Kenny is. He just has to run and forgive my French. He's got to shoot his load, and he comes back.
And he keeps everybody at a safe distance. He doesn't have the closest person he has is Stevie, and Stevie, he's like to the point where Stevie's gonna kill himself. That's what being Kenny Powers' friend does to you. And look at his marriage. Look at that, because it's so hard to deal with somebody that constantly has to put you down to feel better, or has to talk in such a negative kind of way, even when he doesn't mean to. Even when he's trying to have a nice moment with his brother, he's still putting him down.
You see, we didn't have to go deep. Kelly just did it for us.
I feel like I'm watching Oprah right now. Yeah.
Last week you went Oprah on us. She just went Oprah on us.
I'm sorry.
I went Oprah. How did I go Oprah on us?
It's good. It's good. We go Oprah every week.
Thank goodness. No, because there's so much more to the show, and I think fans, they love the comedy, and actually the fans really do love the season. I think they say it's as good as season 1. It's as big as season 1. The writing's been on point, and just everything underneath, the layers are...
You laugh and cry at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
and then laugh some more.
Well, and there's so much more to his character, and that's what I like so much about it is,
There's so many layers.
If you don't watch the show and you're not very familiar with it and you only see previews, it looks very flat, and it's so not. It's the way that they write this, and it's just with each one of them, with the brother, even with the sister-in-law, reaching out to him, worried about him. They're waiting for him in the lobby of the hotel, invite him to spend Christmas with them. And of course, he's too cool for that, and she still is worried, and I even thought he tells her Merry fucking Christmas, and I like that she said it back like that, like she looks at him with kind of this sad face, and she says it back to him the same exact way, which I think that means that shows a little bonding between the two of them, because she said that.
So overall thoughts as we're closing this episode. I know we breezed by it because I think we're going to do 10 minutes of predictions.
Yeah, because we go in one episode. Yeah, it's just one episode.
It's a series finale. So any final thoughts on the episode?
Well, first of all, I have to say that I love the fact that, after the chin shooting situation in the Motel 6-ish type place, that Kenny kind of gets his little moment of clarity, and he goes and he Christmas carols bloody as hell in his fringy Santa.
But he lets the neighbors know blood's not mine. Don't worry, the blood's not mine. It's someone else's. So it's okay.
Let's keep caroling Silent Night. Keep going. Let's all in tune. They're like, Dustin's like, you're scaring the neighbors. Let's get you inside. And him and Dustin have that heart to heart, which was really. A really yummy moment. They came back full circle, and I think at some point during predictions I did say, I'm like, wouldn't it be interesting if he wound up back at Dustin's house? And sure as all can be, he's back at Dustin's house, and in that evening, while he's laying there looking at the angel on the Christmas tree, I don't know, maybe in the moment he closed his eyes, he had another moment of clarity where we wake up and it's Christmas morning, and all of a sudden it's Kenny Claus, as Stevie called it. But he, during the heart-to-heart with Dustin, Dustin says to him, he goes, I know that we haven't necessarily had, I haven't talked to you after the whole you dying, faking your death thing. He's like, when you died, I feel like a piece of me died too. And that really hurt. And when you came back to life, you're back to being Mr. Douchey douche, and it's not cool, and it hurt. And he's like, the one thing that he said that really stuck with me, he said, everyone needs family, and I think that really resonated with Kenny. Everyone needs family, because, and I think I said this a while at some point, maybe last week or the week before, the fact is that, because it was when we went deep, when you lose it all, after all the fame is gone, after all the bling is gone, after all the money is gone, who do you have? April's gone, if your family's gone, and your job is gone, who do you have? And Kenny pretty much, I think, had that moment where he's like, I need to make things right. And so we see him do that at the very end of this episode, where he goes and he has the elf under the Christmas tree at Dustin and
Smoking
Cassie's.
and drinking a beer in the morning.
Oh, they're up. You're up.
Which he's like,
the slow motion dance where he misses the candy cane.
Because he's wasted.
Yeah.
And, of course, we see Stevie at his house with his chin wrapped up, passing out letters
he's just got a Band-Aid on his chin. Shot it off.
But why do you have to give up the robot? He gave it to Steve.
He didn't give it
No,
up.
I think the robot was just the delivery man.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, I thought he gave it to him.
I took it as just being the
But
delivery man.
you saw the most important gift on the
Agreed.
top of that pile,
The
right?
screenplay.
Yes. He had this.
Didn't see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he
Screenplay
gave
was
Stevie
at
the
the top.
screenplay. It was on top of the pile.
I just thought it was sweet that Stevie, really went and wrote down what he would give his kids, which Stevie's kids are scary looking. They really are.
Miriam, they're children.
They are children.
They're the future.
Stevie is scary looking at this point with his chin and his very, very Paul Walker eyes. It's just scary. I think they no, it's the fact of the way that they do their hair and everything.
Sure. Yeah.
So anyway, he hands out the little notes where he says, "These are the gifts that I would have gotten
a pony,
you."
a tank.
Like so random. They're like, yes, I will have an army tank sitting out front for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping it would be a small version, but knowing how extreme he is with his $50,000 chin,
Right.
it would
never
probably be
know.
something in real life size. But the fact that Kenny Claus went and delivered, the gifts to him, and then, to see Kenny out in the forest doing the mad hunt for Dakota.
Found Dakota with some Jack's beef jerky.
Was it beef? I love
Jack Link beef jerky.
Oh, peppered is my favorite.
Peppered is good.
It's so good.
We have no affiliation to Jack's beef jerky.
No, but it's still so good. But the fact that he goes out there and he does get Dakota and he brings him back, knocks on the door, and puts how he got a bow around that dog.
I wonder.
He conquered the beast.
Yeah,
But
he
not,
did.
but my favorite thing was with the kids running out and then they just stop like 10 feet. I'm like, hey Dakota, hi.
It's the family pet.
But
It's
I
consistent.
like what Dustin tells him. Everybody needs family, and family's going to be there for you whether you deserve it or not. Which
Yeah.
I think that is a very it's a high statement, because that's true. Your
Absolutely.
family always, everybody's going. Look at the way his brother and sister-in-law were, and how mean he was to them and is just to everyone. But they always come back around.
Yeah, he just needed a little perspective. He needed a little perspective.
So it was
we'll
a
see how
very
long it lasts.
yeah. It's a very well. We've got the finale, which brings us to let's get into some predictions.
Yes.
The series finale. All right.
There it is.
AfterBuzz
We got two prediction jingles in one episode.
All right.
Because we're cool like that.
We are super cool.
Rosie,
Yes.
what do you
JC?
got? What do you got?
I'm
What's
starting
gonna-
this off. I'm leaning off our predictions here.
Yeah, you know why? I'm thinking so because I know these two are gonna break it
Talk
down,
for like 20 minutes.
turn it into Oprah, and yeah, you and I.
We're just gonna be like, it's gonna be funny.
As they say,
it.
happy girl, happy world. So we let them go next.
Happy girl, happy world.
Yes.
It doesn't even rhyme.
It doesn't have to because it makes girls feel special. Go ahead.
Save the best for last.
No.
No, JC is gonna go last. So. Well, so we saw him reach out to Guy, trying to get Guy his job back. We saw that in the clips for next week. We saw him also trying to end the divorce. So he wants to go back with April. We see April saying it's too late. We're seeing him trying to right all the wrongs in one 30-minute episode. So I can see the episode happening along the lines of they get back, he gets his own show, Guy gets Sports Sesh back, things get happy, and then all of a sudden, like the last 5 minutes or so, they cut to like 5 or 10 years later, and you see Toby. You see Toby, kind of a teenager, top prospect pitcher on the high school team.
You're loving Toby as a teenager.
I'm loving Toby as a teenager because that's where the spin-off's heading. And you see like the movie finally getting ready to premiere, probably direct to DVD. Doesn't even make theaters.
No faith.
Win some Razzies, and somehow there's gonna be some weird twist, but everything's gonna be happy except for one random thing, and I'm just trying to think of what that one random thing's going to be.
Chime in at any time.
I'm gonna let the girls finish last since you say I was gonna finish last. I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna tell you.
All right, tell me.
They're gonna open with a eulogy.
Open the show with a eulogy.
Yes, and this will be like you said in the future, and they're talk about Kenny's life. And now we're going to find out what led
He
to that.
dies again?
He's going to die.
Oh wait.
But hold on.
No, go ahead, because then I have one more thing. But go ahead.
And the movie will be made, and it will be played by, I'm just throwing a name out there, James Franco will be Kenny Powers. James Franco as Kenny Powers. And I will say this, he's going to right all the wrongs, as he does. I don't know if he and April will get back. We said this last week. Because the one thing I like about the show is that life is messy. and it's not going to tie every bow. And unfortunately, I know we want him to be back with April, but life, it just wouldn't be true. You said it yourself,
Yes,
Miriam, last week. If you get burned so many times, you're done. As a woman, I'm done. Okay. And he's going to have a beautiful life with his kids, and they'll have an amicable relationship with April. But there is one huge, I can't say, but something big happens next week. I do know something's going to happen, and it's a very special guest that's going to show.
Okay, I'd one other thing.
I know who it is.
Yeah. So you know exactly, you know where I'm going.
Lindsay Lohan's going to be.
Oh, what? No, everybody knows.
It's in the news. Hello.
Yeah, it was in the news.
Maybe people that are watching.
But I have one other thing, which would be the prediction would be what I said, or it's going to be this. Which
he's covering his bets.
No, I'm covering his bets because you gave me the idea earlier in this podcast. You. He's all of a sudden at the end of the episode, he is just going to wake up in his car in the high school parking lot, and Stevie's going to wake him up, be like, "You're going to be late for class," and, to teach the class, and it was just all this massive 4-season dream. But he's really just still the teacher at the school.
Sleeping on the couch at Dustin and Cassie.
Kellie,
yes.
Come on. This is upping it. So
all right, Kellie, yeah.
Yeah. Top that.
They're just making shit up, by the way.
I will be very surprised if that.
Isn't that what predictions are?
But
Yes.
yeah. I don't think that April and Kenny are going to get back together. And I don't... And I think that Kenny's going to have a really hard time with it. And I think it'll be kind of amicable, but I don't think it'll be as neat. Because I don't think he can have it that way. I think we're going to see a little bit of a change in him, but not that much. Because he still is who he is. And it kind of goes back to that. I think the new special guest that's coming on and all that definitely is going to, kind of change that up and add in that. And I kind of like the idea of it going into the future and seeing, Toby grown up a little bit and kind of doing that. So I'd like to see that happen.
I see all that, and then it's a dream. So he even sees farther on in the dream. Just gets so crazy with
honestly,
it.
if that turns out to be a dream, I'm going to be pissed. That is not what I want to see.
And you're going to call me a genius.
Not at all. No, but I don't, because the whole searching for his father, finding his mother, all that happened in season 2, and everything leading up, it cannot just all be a dream. I wouldn't want to see that. I'd be disappointed if it was.
Wouldn't it make sense though? Because the whole thing about the show is about giving a big F you, because that's Kenny Powers. You're effing out, and the whole time we're effing out.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it definitely could be.
And Miriam,
I'm not buying what any of you are selling except for Kellie.
And please tell me that Will Ferrell will be back that last episode.
Oh, please!
Love for Will Ferrell to be back. Are you
I want
kidding me?
Kenny's parents to come back. I want everybody to come back.
It's not
For the
going to,
eulogy.
you know what, it would be lovely, but we can't always get what we want. And as far as Kenny Powers, he's not going to get what he wants. He's not going to be the host of Sports Sesh or the Power Hour. I think Guy is going to come back. He's got a lot to redeem himself from at this point. I think Kenny at this point now knows that Sports Sesh or Power Hour is nothing without Guy. Guy, of course, is a bigger star. He was a bigger baseball player than Kenny Powers, and he's a bigger star than Kenny Powers. And it's, in a baseball team, there's teamwork, and on this show, there's teamwork. And he needs that round table. I need you guys every Sunday. He needs that team of guys.
Well, even jumping in on that, the redemption, the whole Guy's redemption, I think he's going to do it at the one-on-one sitting on Power Hour, and then that's how it's going to start. Is that Kenny's going to interview him like Oprah, and they're going to air it out, and he's going to earn the trust back from fans and all that. And I think that's how he's going to get his redemption and how his show's going to set off, because that's what Kenny needs, because he just messed up royally just now too.
Oh, big time. Now I'm hoping a Guy doesn't give him a big FU in the process and boot him out, although we already know, based on Rosie's predictions here, that he is going to get screwed over by Guy. I still feel that you are on point with
that
this.
That screenplay happening.
That screenplay, dude, Kenny Powers.
I just don't think they can do that now with the final episode.
Oh, of course they can. All it is a simple mention. By the way, Kenny, thank you very much for handing me your screenplay. I changed the characters. My lawyers have it totally driven up, and I now own the rights to your screenplay. Thank you for spending all those years writing it. You freaking... Done.
So do April
credits
and
roll.
Kenny get back?
And the credits roll.
Done.
The end.
And then you're like, what? And then maybe another season, maybe a movie.
Spin-off following Guy.
It's Sid's series finale.
Or maybe another. You never know. Nothing is forever and nothing ends. You never know.
Kind of like this show. All right, so.
We thought it was done the last time. And so April and Kenny not getting back together. He's got, I think, you know, he's Kenny Powers.
I think it's interesting. The guys said they get back together, and the girls said they wouldn't.
I know, how weird is that?
No.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Let us know what you think, guys, because we're wrapping up. We got to get out of here. So with that said, April.
That's not.
Yeah. Oh, you weren't here in the beginning.
Last season.
I wasn't here last season. Oh, you were the April of the show?
Yeah, we did like a whole thing, guys. You can
Okay.
follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kellie with an IE079.
Okay.
And Rosie, tell your rosebuds where to find your garden.
Well, you can join the garden by following me on Twitter at CRosieVOC, and you can check me out hosting The Voice and Friday Night SmackDown.
And Miriam, where can they find you?
You can find me, Miriam L. Gonzalez, on Twitter.
Nice. And Steven, thank you for manning the ones and twos. Where can they find you, buddy?
Here every week during your after show.
Okay, and you can find me at jcrubiotv.com. Check out all my vids. And so for April, Vita, Rosie, Steven, I'm Kenny. We'll see you next time. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz, see you later. I'm Guy.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.